Dude, wait. Oh, you started. Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Okay.
Calvin, of course, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Pex Pals, the only Apex Legends podcast, the only numero uno worldwide for the mediocre gamer. I am your mediocre gamer, mediocre podcast host, mediocre internet personality, JoelCupcake, and I am joined by my not mediocre, lovely, amazing friend, CowVan.
Hey, hey, everybody.
Calvin, introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Calvin. Welcome everybody. Man, a lot of stuff happened this week.
You know what? Hold on, Calvin.
Oh,
Before this
Jesus
stuff
Christ,
happens,
Joel. Okay,
you know
okay.
what? You know what? Stuff did happen this week. You know what? Listeners out there and people in Apex Land, warriors of the games, battlers of the Outlands, champions of
Spit it out, Joel.
chaos.
Joel, spit it out.
Disappointed in you.
Whoa. Okay. Why? What happened?
Because that one of my favorite websites for Apex News is the Dextro one.
Yeah.
They're usually pretty spot on. Their articles they're well written and they're not too long. You know, they don't really grasp at straws too much. Like every once in a while they get a little clickbaity, but what website doesn't?
Sure. Yeah,
Anyways,
sure.
they reported that out of a pool of 8 million players, the number one legend has become Wraith again. Can we just go one season? What is wrong with you Apex players? Why Wraith? Because you all think you're sweaty sweat lords, you run in too quick and then you need your Q to escape? Unacceptable.
Wait, so they pulled 8 million. They had 8 million entries in this poll, and the number
it's one of those
pick,
like it's one of those yeah, it's like they did like a poll of their readers, and then like they also combined the stats from that tracker website that you and I don't like using because it's a season behind.
So 8 million people, like they main Wraith or what is it? They
no. So out of 8 million people, they just took all the character pick rates.
Oh, and the number one pick rate.
Wraith is the number one pick out of that pool of 8 million people.
Wow, I wouldn't expect that.
But again, I don't know if that information is correct because Valkyrie was 4. And I feel like Valkyrie is like the number one pick person right now. You know what I mean?
You know what though? No, you know what? I think that might be right. I see Wraiths every game.
Because it was like I think it was Wraith, Octane, Pathfinder, and then Valkyrie, which I disagree with the Pathfinder part because you don't see that very much anymore. Like I'm seeing more now.
What?
More Pathfinders.
Oh, I'm seeing less and less Octanes. I mean, I don't really see him anymore, to be honest. Now that I think about it,
that's true.
I don't really see him, so I don't know. That's interesting. Wraith.
I don't know either.
Wraith. See, I don't know how I feel about that. But anyway,
well, that makes 2 of us.
A lot of stuff happened this week, and that's what took us so long to get this next episode out, is because as soon as we were about to get ready to record our next episode, they just dropped a whole ton of shit on us. And if you don't know what we're talking about, we are talking about, what is it? Season, what is it? 12? 13?
12. No.
12.
12. You're right.
Season 12. Season 12, Defiance. They dropped a whole bunch of shit on us this week. They dropped
and there's
trailers.
So much like good quality and
like,
Deliverance is like, I think this is the first time that trailers actually, I mean, technically it's only like 8 days, but it's like 9 days. It's more than a week out. So like we actually have a little bit more time to be excited than normal. Like I feel like they either do like partial trailers where it's like one little thing at a time. Or like this was like, here's fucking almost because we know there's some stuff that we'll bring up later that's not announced yet. Here's almost everything.
And like, it's not even the fact that the new season is dropping. I got to say this, and shout out to the devs, to the creators, to everybody at Respawn who works at Apex Legends, because honestly, everything that I've seen in the season like trailer, the preview looks amazing. Like every other season has been okay, this is great. Like I dig what's going on, but like this one, like everything looks great. Everything looks really cool, and we're gonna get into the details on that. But first and foremost, before we do anything, something we do every episode, JoelCupcake, what's your weapon of the week?
the reason this show is founded,
Mm.
our mutual love interests, she has
Mm.
risen back up to the very top of the pedestal.
Oh, okay. Whom's
The
uh-huh.
Mozambique beak 6 feet deep
The
is my
beak?
weapon of the week.
Okay,
The
okay.
purple shotgun bolt's been very easy to find. The
Yes,
2 times bruiser has been in the crafter a lot.
that's true.
I've been doing a lot of stuff where I'm running, like I've actually been trying to run the R99 quite a bit.
Mm.
Or I've been forcing myself to be good with the wingman.
Mhm.
So I need something. The guns I'm using, I either find myself where I need something better at the mid range,
Mhm.
or I need something faster firing. And
Okay.
either way, I've been just going back to the beak a lot lately. I mean, I've had some mid range games, especially in like the open spaces between all the zones on World's Edge.
Mhm.
Like the beak, because I correct me if I'm wrong, Calvin, but I think they did actually increase the fire rate with this last. We
Uh,
called it a nerf, but maybe it just feels different because the spread's better.
the
You know what
spread's
I mean?
tighter. The spread is tighter.
Yeah.
I don't think
So,
the fire rate's changed, but the spread is definitely
yeah.
tighter.
So I mean, like I'm able to like if I'm in a shootout, like 3v3, we're shooting each
Mhm.
other. Like if a person pops out of cover, like I'm able to. You can break someone with the clip of the beak. You
Oh,
can't down
easy.
them per se if they're purple, but like you can still break full armor. If that makes the
Oh,
beak more
yeah.
powerful than our favorite sidearm on the show, the RE45.
Right.
you
Right.
know
No, absolutely.
and I've had some good gameplay. It's been solid. It's a nice weapon to pull out to like finish off the downed person, you know what
Mhm.
I mean? It's great. You're someone that taught me this. If you hit all 3 bullets from the beak and the top bullet hits the head, one pull of the trigger from the beak will send back someone in rev form.
Oh, easy. Yeah.
And most
Easy.
guns, sometimes you have to put half a clip into those stupid
Oh,
red forms.
100%. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what
no,
I
the
mean?
the big the big sleep gun, dude. It's the sleeper gun.
It's a big sleeper gun. It's a big sleeper gun. So it's back. It's been feeling good. It's
I
been
dig
looking
it.
good.
I dig it.
I'm hoping that obviously, we know that every season the hop ups change. Maybe it gets a
Mhm.
little bit of love.
Hopefully. You know what, man? I would kill, dude. I saw it on Reddit like the other day, like a week ago or something like that. But someone was like, put the P2020 in the loot crate. Like, and give it disruptor rounds and give it hammer point rounds and just make it a ridiculously stupid ass strong gun for 2 reasons.
Jeez.
For 2 reasons. It takes it out of the loot pool, right? So it cleans up ground loot. So you're not
Ooh,
finding
fair,
fucking
fair.
P2020s everywhere, right? Number one. Number two, no one uses it. No,
No.
outside of arenas, no one uses the P2020.
Ever since they destroyed it with that
The
not needed
nerfs.
nerf,
They nerfed it hard, and it made me sad
it
because
was it was
yeah,
too hard. Too
yeah.
hard. Like
Uh,
like shit, like getting rid of it wasn't disrupt rounds, was it? That was
hammer
something. Yeah, it
points.
was. Hammer points. So you got rid of hammer points. And then the whole reason, even without the hammer points, I mean, you can go back, Calvin. I think you and I did what, 2, 3 episodes where we talked about this at different times. Like
Mhm.
the hip fire on the P2020 used to be faster if you didn't ADS.
Yeah, it was really
So
fast.
so like the way it fired was just like insane, and it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
actually completely viable close range, completely viable fight finishing gun.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And now it's just like, bro, I just am miserable. I literally would rather go melee somebody
Oh,
than
for
pull
sure.
that gun out.
For sure. But someone on Reddit was like, put it in the loot crate, give it hammer points, and give it a disruptor round just to make it a stupidly strong gun, just so people have fun using it. Number one, it makes it good enough to be a loot crate gun, and just cleans up ground loot. But yeah, side
I
story.
love that. I love that.
Anyway, my weapon of the week is the Volt. I've been using SMGs a lot lately. I
Mhm.
don't know. I don't know why. Mostly because I don't like the options we have for AR at the moment. Because they're just I don't know. Like the Hemlock is a great gun. I mean, they're all great guns. But
Yeah.
the Hemlock is like hit or miss, right? If you put it on 30-round bursts, it's hit or miss. The R301 is the old reliable, but that shit's boring. You know what I mean? And then the flatline, unless you're like paying attention, that shit's going all over the place. You gotta drag it in and stuff like that.
Mhm.
The recoil. But the Volt, dude, the Volt is just like you just point and shoot with that gun. It's so great. It's just as strong as like the R301, I think it is. But like it shoots straight. It rips people. I don't know. I think it's a great gun. The Volt's great. Energy ammo needs to be more on the map because I would use the Volt more if there was more energy ammo around. But anyway, that's my weapon of the week. That's all I got to say about it.
See, that's strange because that's almost a weapon I've been avoiding, Calvin. Because
really,
okay, so I do agree with you. It shoots straight. The Volt, like if you are trying to get better at the game, Volt's probably your best gun.
it's a great
My
gun.
problem with the Volt is the same problem I have been having with the Havoc this season. The hip fire is just not working for me.
Hip fire is weird.
I don't know what it is. Like, you know, Havoc used to be my go-to secondary weapon. You know this. The listeners know this. Everybody that knows me is annoyed. Yes, Joel, you play Caustic. Yes, Joel, you use the Havoc. You know what I mean? Like, but the Volt lately, like, man, mid-range, it's wonderful. But I have to like have like a car or an EVA 8 or like something on the to back it up. Because like for a long time, I was a big fan of using Volt Charge Rifle. That was like my favorite loadout for especially the season Fuse was introduced. That was my loadout. You know what I mean? And like it just doesn't. It's just oh man, I don't know. The hip fire is like the second I'm not ADSing.
Yeah,
you know, like my hip fire game/aim has been so terrible because I'm so used to like forcing the ADS.
Interesting.
With the Volt because I just can't hit anything hip fire.
Right. Interesting. No, that's very interesting. Yeah. I mean, that's why we have this weapon of the week segment because the weapons change every week. If you have a weapon that you particularly fond of this week, hit us up on all our socials at PEXPOS Podcast. Now, into the meat of the show, season 12, Defiance. We're getting a whole new game mode. We're getting Olympus back, and we're getting first we're getting Mad Maggie, but the most important thing is we're getting matching character skins. Like if you watch the trailer, that was the thing I was most hyped about. But we'll start from the top.
I love that. I didn't even expect that to be the thing you were most excited about.
Dope.
That's hilarious.
So the first and foremost, we got Mad motherfucking Maggie coming down as an Apex Legend. And for those of you who remember, Mad Maggie is part of Fuse's lore. Joel, do you want to remind everybody about Mad Maggie?
So everybody, if you remember I think it was season 8 or 9.
Yeah, when did
the terrible season where you had the ring flares in the middle of the map.
Yeah,
and it was too loud. And you had who's this lady with the accent that's talking trash over the mics, and that was the time everyone realized maybe I should just mute all the in-game audio and music. In the game, which by the way you should do because you can actually hear a lot more effects. We'll talk about on that.
Oh my god, you so can.
I've been sending a lot of people the sound settings. I think you and I both use basically the same sound settings, Cal. And I've been sending a lot of our friends on both console and PC, and they're like, dude, I can actually like enjoy the game more now.
Absolutely.
Anyways, not the point. Mad Maggie was the very annoying. I've taken over the games. I'm Mad Maggie. Blah 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 blah. She's the lady that blew up the ship when Fuse arrived as the new champion. You know, so we had an introduction to her. It was actually very negative.
Yes,
you know,
a lot of people did not like Mad Maggie.
She didn't like her voice. I thought she everything about her being involved was stupid. You know what I mean? Like the storyline with Fuse was like, this is weird. How's it going to work out? They kind of jumped the gun in explaining that like now it's kind of been explained that like Fuse kind of rolled over and like he's basically going to follow the fun. So that's why he's in the Apex games, and he left Maggie behind to fight for their home, basically.
Yeah.
And like it really wasn't made clear like why Maggie was kind of beefing with Fuse. You know what I mean? Now it is. But so that was her introduction. But she's here in the trailer.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Be a playable legend in season 12. And they also gave us her abilities. So Joel, tell us about those fantastic
these abilities. First off, I know I might make some sort of outlandish claim like this in every time there's a new character, but I truly actually think that I might have a character that gets me off Caustic.
Really? Okay.
With this.
You said that about Fuse. You said that about Valkyrie. And now you're saying this about Mad Maggie. Is it going to be
Yeah,
true?
yeah. I mean, it depends on the play style. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And
Okay.
like I did say that about Fuse. Fuse is fun. Like
This is
it's
fun.
just there's more Watsons. He you have to have a very good team comp for Fuse to work. I also can't play Fuse right now because I haven't repaired my bumpers yet. Remember, Cal?
Oh, you're right.
That's
You're
the
right.
other
Right.
problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is I haven't repaired my bumpers. So I use a paddle for my tactical right now, and it's a lot easier when it's something like caustic where I just toss it down real quick in front of me. You know,
Yeah.
I don't have to
Yeah.
aim. But yeah,
But anyway,
so Mad Maggie, let's start with her incredible passive.
her passive is nuts.
I am officially sliding her into the has the best passive in the game slot, I think. Especially with the way we play Apex right now. So her passive is called Warlord's Ire. Temporarily highlights enemies you've damaged, and you move faster with a shotgun. So let's talk about the shotgun part first.
Calvin. Yeah, okay. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, doesn't matter if you're a pro, casual, doesn't matter who you watch. Like snipers are a dying breed in this game.
They really are.
And the sad part is I've actually been watching Nick Merckx a lot lately. He's trying to make a run at like the Apex Pro circuit. The reason I've been watching him, for those of you looking for ways to improve your gameplay, him and the teams that he's been running with, at the end of every match, Nick is playing with people like Desert Full and Snipe Down, and like these they're not bigger streamers, but they're bigger Apex players. And literally he says at the end of every game, he has them to break down the match with him, and they go over strategy and when you should have used this ability or why this legend doesn't work. It's really interesting. Anyways, switching from that, everyone uses a shotgun, including Nick. Sometimes he's sniping. CowVan, his loadout has legit been triple take Peacekeeper.
Wow.
Like even in the tourneys and stuff.
Triple take Peacekeeper?
Yes.
That's a trick.
Because they're always with a Gibby. Well, no, they're always with a Gibby.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
So they just use the PK to fight in and out of the bubble.
Yeah. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So anyways, so you move faster with a shotgun. I don't know if this means with it equipped or like is it the weapon you have access, but then you put it away and you run even faster, or is your movement speed with it held faster?
I think from the trailer, it looked like when she pulled out when she was running with the shotgun, she ran faster. So that to me, like I hope Maggie isn't meta, because I was actually saying this week, I was like, I need to get better at shotguns. And I was talking to Hammer, my friend Hammer, about this. I need to get better at shotguns. He was like, why? I was like, because every time I push them full and I think I get the jump on them, they pull out a fucking shotgun and they kill me every single time. It's always a shotgun. And so now I'm going to have some motherfucker running at me at a faster speed than usual with the shotgun. Okay. Thanks to dying all the time. Yes. I'm going to die all the time.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but I'm also planning on playing the crap out of Mad Maggie. And so I'm excited for it because I like to, as you guys know, anybody that's played with me, I have the problem of I like to Leroy Jenkins it sometimes.
You know really what I mean? Do. Yep. Roy Jenkins.
Yes, I do. I do like to run in. If someone's low, I love the rush. But the other part of her passive Warlord's Ire is temporary highlights the enemies you've damaged. Now, I love this prospect. I don't understand what the devs are doing though, because that means every single character that has been released of the last 4 characters in some way, shape, or form gives you recon data, scans, or highlights your enemies. Every single one. You know, I've got a huge Reddit thread and Twitter thread of people complaining about why we don't have more support legends. Loba has been in the game almost 2 years this month, Calvin.
Right.
And she was the last support legend released. Now, granted, Gibby and Mirage can double as support legends. Granted.
Sure. Yeah.
So you know,
but that makes
sense. I find this interesting. I guess my main question is, Cal, do you think that this highlights it for the team or just for her? That's the real.
Okay, so I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume it's for the team, because I don't know that I don't think there's nothing in the game that doesn't highlight for the team. Every highlight is for the team. But the note that every character or a lot of the characters that have been released lately have some kind of highlight. I didn't realize that, but that's true
Mhm.
because obviously Seer fucking highlights everything.
Yeah.
Fuse's ult highlights people inside of it. Valkyrie highlights people while she's in the air. Horizon's ult highlights them while they're inside of it.
Mhm.
And then, but I don't think the Rampart doesn't. But like, yeah, that's interesting. I didn't even put that together, huh?
Yep.
So yeah, I think it's gonna be for the team. Do I think
Okay.
that is like OP? Not really, because I feel like if I'm shooting at a team, my team knows where I'm shooting anyway. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Well, and
Um,
she seems like a character designed to like you rush, and so if you're gonna rush, you have to be confident.
yeah,
So
sure.
the data is irrelevant unless you know you're gonna go win the fight.
Yo, no, absolutely, because if you shoot one person doesn't mean you shot the whole team, and you don't know who the
Correct.
rest of the team is.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's like doing a bloodhound scan and only scanning one person, but there's a whole
Yeah.
team there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which
So
makes no
like,
sense.
which makes no sense because why would you push with incomplete information? So I don't
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
So yeah, no, I think it's an interesting passive ability. I'd like to see it in practice before I give it a judgment. So, but
Yeah.
Joel, tell us about this tactical ability.
Tactical, this is the thing I am the most intrigued by
Mm,
because as a caustic main, everyone complains about caustic.
yes.
A lot of people have also been complaining about the Gibby meta. I think this is stupid because nobody plays your boy, Crypto. Crypto is the only person that can single handedly eliminate both those characters.
That's
If
true.
there is a Gibby bubble on the field and Crypto EMPs, the bubble goes away.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yes, it does.
Huh.
It'll also take out any unactivated mines. You know what I mean?
True.
I
That's
believe it
true.
also affects. I think the only thing that EMP doesn't affect is the Horizon ult.
I haven't seen it. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Horizon ult will still go off because that would be unfair. Like if in the middle of your ult you randomly get crypto drone, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, that'd be weird.
Yeah, yeah. But that being said, people complaining about the cover aspect of the game. Her tactical ability is called the Riot Drill, and it fires a drill. So she has a separate little pistol she pulls out from her utility belt, and
Hmm.
it fires a little. It looks almost like a grappling hooker, like some sort of Batman device, which I love.
Yeah.
And it fires a drill that burns through obstacles. Now in the
Yes.
trailer, I love this because when you run all over like by the parts with the ships on Olympus where the crates are,
Hmm.
there's like blue and steel crates. She
Yeah.
shoots one of those and it comes out both sides of that crate to the
Whoa.
people on either side. So I think you're getting, a linear
Yeah.
direction of like fire. So like
Yeah.
but it also it's described more thoroughly on the Apex page as something that helps destroy cover,
Yeah.
and it seems to go through solid objects. So I think you can shoot it through like the edge of a door frame. So like
Mm.
if there's like two doors and the
Yeah.
person's hiding right next to the door and the door's shut, you can
Yeah.
shoot it at the wall and it'll burn through the wall.
Yeah. That's dope.
That's what the speculations are.
Yeah.
It also shoots in two directions from the point of impact, not just
Hmm.
one, which
Yeah.
makes the only other person that her shit is similar to is Costa Confuse
That's true.
because their
Yeah.
stuff goes out from a central point. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's
So
pretty cool because with the introduction of Rampart, it was the whole destroying the door meta, right? And
mhm,
with the Rampage destroying the door meta, right? I mean, it's not a meta, but just something that happens in the game because you pull up
yeah,
Sheila, you fucking break down the door, and that dude behind the door is fucked now. You pull
mhm,
up the
mhm,
Rampage, you charge it with a thermite, you shoot the door, the dude's fucked behind the door. But
yes,
now, and the same with the Fuse, you throw a knuckle cluster at a door, you're gonna hit the dude
bye.
behind the door. I mean, you're not gonna kill him, the person, you may not kill him, but the door is gone now. And so I think this Riot Drill is actually going to be pretty useful for door campers,
Mhm,
for just
mhm,
ratters, just in general. People who
yeah,
like Final Surfer, there's a dude behind a corner, but you can't get him because you get third partied or whatever. Hit him with a
yeah.
Riot Drill. I think that's pretty cool, dude. I think it's cool as fuck.
Yeah, I like it. I like it, and there is nothing other than Fuse. Like, I have a big problem with Ramparts as a caustic main because, like, you've been with me in
Hmm.
games where I throw my ult and my ult lands on the front side of a Rampart shield, and
Yeah.
because the Rampart's behind it, it doesn't hurt the rampart.
Yeah.
So like the
Weird.
gas does not proportionally go around the walls.
Right.
So Caustic can't really destroy rampart that well unless he uses his gun. So this
Sure.
is another option to do, because there are some good rampart mains that you run into,
Oh,
and
for
they're
sure.
pesky.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Those walls are pesky. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think it's great. On the note of doors, there's a secret. I got to bring this up. There's a secret additional passive to her
Okay.
that it worked in the video. It happened in the video, and it's been speculated all over the internet.
Okay.
It was one of the original leaks for her character. Supposedly, when you're sprinting, I don't know if it's one of those like only works when you have a shotgun thing. But long story short, she kicks doors open in a 1 kick, not 2.
Oh, wow.
And in the video, that does happen. She does kick 1 clean open.
Wow. That's terrifying.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Holy
Again, I don't
shit.
know if that's true. It could be one of those things where it comes later with her heirloom, because you know how Caustic has like a special animation for breaking doors open.
Yeah.
You know, they always add these little niche things.
Yeah.
That's just a rumor on the internet. Who knows? If I could be wrong.
That would be terrifying. I would shit my pants.
That would be a bigger worry than the rest of her tactical, honestly.
I would shit my pants. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then for her ultimate ability.
Yes.
Now, Calvin, this is something I think you and I are both very excited about, because no disrespect to the devs if you hear this, but this is a like straight out of Overwatch type ability. Like, and I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's called Wrecking Ball. So the big ball that she hit Fuse with in the cinematic trailer from last week is her ultimate. Okay. So you shoot the ball. I can't tell if it goes in a straight direction or if it kind of bounces off objects or if it like slightly tracks enemies. Was not made clear. There is no verbiage to any of those on the website. But it shoots, it throws a ball that releases speed boosting pads and detonates near enemies. So this is interesting because in my head, you want to know what I was thinking about earlier, Calvin?
What's that?
You want to go destroy a building, or you want to get a team that's ratting somewhere inside, you use Mad Maggie, Caustic, and Fuse. Because depending on these speed boosts and the speed boosting pads that the ball drops out, you know, you aim this at a door or you aim this towards the entrance to a team, you follow the ball, you all get the speed boosts, you're all suddenly inside, and if the ball hits anybody, it explodes.
Yeah.
So it is a skill shot ultimate, which there isn't actually one of those in Apex yet.
Right.
Like, I would not consider Caustic or Bangs or Gibby's a skill shot ultimate.
For sure.
You know
Absolutely.
I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
For those of you that don't understand that, like, you have to be a skill shot. I mean, you have to aim very well, this ability. We don't know if it bounces, you know, we don't know if it tracks a little bit. We don't know the details yet, but basically you shoot it in a direction, it destroys things in front of it. It explodes when it gets near an enemy. But if you trail behind it, it gives you these little pads that make your character speed up. So think about it this way: you shoot this big explosive ball at the enemy, and then you follow it, and it makes you go faster while you're following it,
which is pretty cool.
That's like and it's also introducing like an interesting new physics to the game that I think is going to be great.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it sounds like Mad Maggie is just like all about rushing and like getting into the fight, and I think that's good. I think that's good because what do people complain about the most? Camping, and ratting. So if you have a character that's just gonna eliminate all that, you know, like I'm here for it. I'm down for it.
I think Mad Maggie paired with the Bloodhound is going to be the most unstoppable combination.
It's going to be nutty, dude, or a Seer, dude, just like nonstop. It's going to be nonstop push, nonstop vision. I think it's going to be great. So Mad Maggie is coming for season 12, Apex Legends Defiance, and another thing that's coming out with Defiance, and it's the other big thing about it, a new limited time mode called Control. So for the first 3 weeks of Defiance, it's going to be a new control mode. It's 9 versus 9, and it's like a capture the zone type of game. There's going to be multiple zones on a map. Your team of 9 then has to capture the zone. You get points by holding the zones and then killing the enemy team and taking their zones, and vice versa, and doing it over and over again. It's like a regular team deathmatch game where if you get killed, you get respawned back at your point. It looks like from the clips of it that you have a select number of loadouts to use. So kind of like Battlefield or something like that, where you pick the assault class, the heavy class, whatever.
Mhm.
You're gonna grab those ones, and then those are the guns you're gonna use. Don't know if you can customize them just yet, but they have select weapons for you. So from what I understand, is it is 9 versus 9, and that means it's gonna be 3 teams of 3 people on one team. So you're gonna be queued up in the lobby with your 2 friends. You're gonna join a control match, and you're gonna get paired up with 2 other teams of 3. And
Correct.
whether it's 9 randos or just actual full teams of 3, that
Yeah.
you'll see that, but that's how they're gonna fill it. So it's not like you get a queue with 9 people and get into one control game. It's gonna be your team of 3 paired with other teams of 3, essentially.
Correct.
And so I think this is cool. I think you and I, Joel, have always said that Apex Legends needs a team deathmatch type of play style.
The game is so similar to Overwatch. It's criminal that it doesn't have anything like this prior.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Like I think, honestly, I think this should be a regular thing, because right now it's just a limited time mode. But I think what Apex Legends lacks, and not to say this in a negative way about the game, because I love the game, I think it needs more game modes. Like Arenas is dope. I love, like, I've actually rekindled my love for Arenas this last week with a couple of my friends, just having fun. Just having fun, just like going in is like, just like, getting right into the fight. And then why can't I get into a game mode where I can get right into the fight over and over and over, without worrying of dying, going back to the lobby, starting the game over again? You know what I mean?
Well, my thought process, Calvin, is that you're 100% right. Like, I have been bitching that we don't have ranked duos, or they don't do more with duos. Duos was originally a limited time mode, and then they made it permanent. So I'm hoping that this mode goes well. Maybe it replaces duos. I'd probably be okay with that sacrifice.
Yeah.
Because the duos queue can get repetitive and hard, because not a lot of people play duos. I don't know why. It's much easier to win those fights. It's much easier to hone your, like, I have significantly proved at this game from playing duos.
Yeah.
You and I have had some incredible duos games.
Oh, for sure.
I actually have my second highest damage game ever, where I got my 2.5K badge for Cossack, was literally a duos game.
Yeah.
To me is even more, a bigger accomplishment, because I had one less person per team to shoot at.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, Cow, I read up online. I read the full blog report right before we got on here, actually, for this mode. And they have some cool incentive perks ripped off from, like, Overwatch style games, or Call of Duty, or what, whatever you want to say, like even like Destiny stuff. So there is going to be, like, the first team to capture a point, you get a bonus. You get a bonus towards, I believe it's your ult or whatever.
Sure.
So as you capture more points, and you get this thing called fame, because it's not a kill race. You know what I mean? So your fame is what you go off. That's how you unlock your ult charges and your attack charges and some of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I do think you don't necessarily start with your attack right away. You have to, like, do some stuff. Anyways, we'll get there. But then there's also certain times where a certain point will be like the I think they called it the extraction point or whatever. And it'll have little wings on the side of it. And if you capture it, the longer you hold the point, and then the wings fill up to the top of the little, like, shield represents the point, you'll get a huge boost. The person that helped cap it the longest gets their ult right away. Like, they're doing some cool stuff like that.
Yeah.
That I like. But also, whoever controls the middle point, you get it's like Battlefield. You're very good in bringing that up, because you get a different spawn point.
Yeah.
So you can spawn closer to the map if you control the middle point.
Yeah.
If you don't control the middle point, you just spawn at your base.
Another cool feature that's going to happen in Control is in regards to your weapons. When you start the game, you start with bare bones weapons, and then the better you do in the game, like the more points, like you capture zones, you kill enemies.
The fame.
Yeah. You get a rating system in the game. You get tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and the higher tier you are in rating, the better attachments you get to the gun. So if you're tier 3, like if you're tier 2, you capture a point, it puts you into tier 3, all your attachments on your gun turn purple. So you get a bigger magazine, you get a purple barrel, you get a purple shotgun bolt, weapon stock. Like, I think that's really cool, so that you don't have to worry about going out and finding better attachments for your guns. You just get them by playing the game.
Yeah, I think they listened. I think it's, instead of like, oh, well, I know that guy had a better Devo than me, so I'm gonna kill him and pick up his gun. In this mode, you have unlimited respawns. That's a waste of time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Just go out, keep shooting, get the points, get the guns that you're using to a better rating, and then just be better. So Control, I think it's gonna be dope. They're taking a couple of the maps, like Hammond Labs from Olympus, the Barometer from Tropic, and I definitely gonna see some more maps along the way. So that's gonna be coming with the start of season 12 as well. And then I think lastly with season 12, the last big thing with season 12 is the change to Olympus. Joel, want to talk about that?
Yeah, Mr. Silva, which is Octane's dad, for those of you that pay attention to the lore, he is the person that sent the Icarus and the fleet with the Icarus to Olympus to infect it with the vines. There is something on the floating city he wants. I'm assuming it's the fact that that was the first working like phase reactor, which is the Wraith, the technology Wraith is based out of.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so he invades. He sends Mad Maggie here, makes her look like the villain, and he does something to phase the ship. To the ship being the city of Olympus. So we are now crashed or floating right above the city. You see hover cars in the city in the background. You no longer see blue sky. I think that's very interesting. It looks like some subterranean tiles have been opened.
Mm-hmm.
Seemingly, there is a new thing out in the ground. I believe it's near orbital cannon, like that dead space is turned into like the machine that teleported everything. And it looks like from the rumors, everything got phased. So throughout the land, there's random like translucent purple objects that you can't go through.
Yeah.
I think you can see through them, but
Yeah.
they're solid objects, like still on the ground. So there's more cover being added, and it looks like based off some of the
and it changes randomly. Like the structures, the random phase like structures that appear on the map just come up in certain times throughout the game while you're playing it. So you have to be ready.
And they will change, like you said. So you have to be ready for that. And on top of that, it looks like so if you went into the lore of the game or you watched any of the dev comments when the lead game designer left, the guy that built Olympus is who left. Okay. But he said the game is it's a city. It's designed to be interchangeable. So all like the quadrants are interchangeable. So the rumor is also that like bonsai towers switch spots with one of the other locations.
Oh wow.
So we will not be loading back into the same Olympus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So not only is part of Olympus destroyed, not only is there's this new subterranean level supposedly where he activated this new device, you know, part of the map's flipped around. Who knows what's even going on with Pathfinder's fighting ring? You know, like is Docks intact? Are the ships intact? Is it like Icarus is probably not still there?
Yeah.
Who knows? So we're gonna find out. There actually hasn't been too much actual information on what they changed on Olympus yet, and there actually hasn't been a lot of leaks specifically pertaining to the map yet.
Right.
Again, I think that's also partially because they waited 9 days to do this video before the release. So not all the data packets are out. Not everyone, because everyone wants to know more.
Yeah.
But you know what, Calvin, Olympus, I think is my favorite map. Now that I've had time to miss all the maps in the last 2 seasons and really rotate, I do think Olympus. I'm so ready. That's all I have to say.
I've always liked Olympus. I've always liked Kings Canyon. In fact, I've always liked every map. To be honest, I don't really have a problem with any map. The problem that I have with maps is the rotations that we get, because then I become too used to them, and so does everybody else, and all the fighting ends up happening in the same spots over and over and over, and you have the same kind of fights all the time.
Oh, I will put money down that frag. When we get World's Edge back, Fragment is gone.
I hope. Oh my god, I hope so.
Like the devs are getting. Like I thoroughly believe that at least East Fragment will be gone, or a streamer building has fallen into the lava or something.
I hope. I really hope. Only because I'm tired of playing a game. I land Leaf. No one else lands south of the map, and then by the time I get up to Harvester, it's down to 8 squads left. You know what I mean? Like that shit's so boring. Stop dropping the hotspots. But anyway, like I've never had a problem with any of the maps. I just tired of the rotations because you get too used to the maps. If we had all the maps in rotation all the time, we wouldn't get tired of the maps. We'd actually
agree.
enjoy them more because we'd actually be able to switch off and play something else.
Mhm.
So getting Olympus back, getting I think hopefully Kings Canyon back. I'm really excited to play those maps and to see all the changes to Olympus.
Yeah, it's going to be Olympus for the first. It sounds like it might be 3 weeks just because of what they're doing with this anniversary event. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at least the first 2 weeks, it's going to be Olympus, and then Kings Canyon will get added into the pub rotation, and ranked is going to be Olympus.
Yeah.
But you know what, Calvin? You know what I'm the most excited about?
What are you most excited about?
With all this new stuff? They confirmed it.
What are they confirmed?
They being the data leaks.
What?
The Alternator is coming out of the box.
The Alternator is coming out of the box. I saw that. Like, I'm so stoked about that, dude, because I love the Alternator. That was my go-to SMG. Like,
I believe it was both of ours.
It's not that I didn't like the other guns. I just didn't pick them up. I was like, oh, Alternator, I'm picking that up. That's my gun. I'm using it. I think a lot of people are really excited about that because it's a great gun. Hopefully, hopefully we get to use it all the time.
I'm curious what's going in the box, though.
Yeah, that's true. If they're taking something out, it must mean something's going in.
I kind of figured they would take the G7 out.
No one uses it. No one uses the G7. I hardly ever see anybody using the G7, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah. Well, it's also it definitely. I see more Kravers in the box than I do G7s, if I'm being honest.
All I see are Spitfires. I don't see Alternators. I don't see G7s. I don't see Kravers. I see Spitfires all the time. That's all I see.
See, I feel like all I see is Alternators and Kravers.
Really? Oh my god! I want your lobbies, dude.
I was gonna say you need to play with me more.
So with that change, there's also some new stuff coming. And it looks like they're getting a lot of skins for the 3-year anniversary. The most thing that I said at the beginning of the show, matching skins. And
I love that.
Notably, was the Crypto Watson Mirage trio, dude. That shit is so damn cool.
It's so cool.
It's so cool as fuck, dude. We got.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a big fan. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a big fan of Caustic, the Blackheart skin, which is the one where he's all black fur coat, gold mask. Gibby is getting same thing, fur coat, black fur coat, gold mask. Rev is joining them. I think it's so cool to see all this.
That's super cool. Loba's like digital, like cyberpunk looking skin is getting paired up with Valkyrie and Bangalore, and then Fuse's dead pirate skin is getting it looks like who is that? Mad Maggie.
It's Mad Maggie.
And is that Bloodhound? It looks like Bloodhound.
I couldn't tell from that was the one. I can't
tell from that picture. Yeah, who is that?
Hold on, let me pull up the homie.
No, I think that's Rampart.
Let me pull up the homie Shootigal on Twitter.
Yeah, I think that's Rampart. But anyway, we're getting matching team skins, and I think that's really cool because it cuts down on the idea that every single character has to have unique skins all the time, always, right? Like, what if because I main Mirage right now, right? I main Mirage, but I don't know anybody who mains Crypto, and I don't really know anybody who mains Watson. So if I had people, if I picked my main and then I picked two other people who picked their mains, and we had matching skins, like that'd be cool as fuck.
I actually think that's Octane.
Octane?
Yeah, because if you look, hold on one second.
No, that doesn't. No, because he doesn't have the thing on.
No, because look at the bottom of the jaw. It looks like when Octane has the one skin where it's more of like a Darth Vader mask.
Dude, I think it's Rampart. I'm almost 100% positive it's Rampart. Dude. I think you're wrong. But anyway, speaking of Octane, another new thing they're doing for start of season 3, and this is actually really fucking cool. They are giving away 3 legends for free, along with a couple of Apex packs. So starting February 8th at the start of the season, that first week that you log into the game, you're going to get Octane for free if you don't already have them unlocked. So everybody who has the game that hasn't unlocked Octane, you're getting Octane for free, plus some Apex packs. And then the next week, as soon as you log in again, once the update happens, you get Watson for free, and with a couple of Apex packs, which is really fucking cool, right? Yeah, all right, cool. Some 2 older characters, whatever, not a big deal. But if you log in that 3rd week of the 3-year anniversary event, you get Valkyrie for free. One of the newest characters in the game, Valkyrie for free. Like, that's so cool. I think that's so cool because, like, I don't know, what other games do you know where they just give you new characters for free? And you don't have to pay any money for a free game. They give you free characters. Like, that's cool as fuck. I'm sorry. That's cool as fuck.
No, I'm with it. I'm with it.
So there's a lot of stuff coming up with season 12. But I want to know what you are all excited about. JoelCupcake wants to know what you are all excited about. Hit us up. Reach out to us. Check us out on all of our social media platforms: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Pex Pals Podcast. Find us. Engage with us. Follow us. Speaking of engaging with us, if you're listening to this on whatever audio program you're listening to, whether it be Apple Music, Spotify, whatever else out there, give us a rating, leave us a review. Do that, because the more you do that, the more exposure we get, and the more people can hear me say "fuck you" to JoelCupcake, which is one of my favorite things to do. I've been doing it for 10 years now. It's my favorite thing to do in the world. So please let me do that more often. If you want to,
there is no lie detected here.
If you want to email "fuck you" JoelCupcake, please email us at BexBossPodcast@gmail.com. We love seeing "fuck you" JoelCupcake in our inbox. So please reach out to us. I
hate you, Calvin.
Reach out to us. Let us know your weapons of the week. Let us know what you're excited about. Let us know what you're not excited about.
Let us know who your favorite host of the show is.
Let us know who your favorite host of the show is. We want to hear about all of it. Please reach out to us. JoelCupcake, nice good episode.
It was a good episode. I'm going to ask our listeners and you a favor.
Yes.
We need to combine our energy, Calvin. Okay. Instead of ending with something positive, we are ending this episode with something negative for the first time in, I think, 36, 37 episodes?
I have no idea.
Everyone, we need to combine our positive energy.
Okay.
I think it was last episode or the episode before, I very quickly mentioned the rumor is that there's a data packet attached to the new update, and that was the update for the next-gen consoles. There was some very worrisome news I received yesterday.
Okay.
That update is only for PlayStation, and it is only because the new PS5 controller is apparently so advanced with like the DualSense, and you have much more trigger control than you do on regular controllers on the PS5 specific controller.
Okay.
That update is only so that the PS5 controller works smoothly with Apex. It has nothing to do with the console FPS going up. It has nothing to do with better texture packs for the Series X and the PS5. I hope I'm wrong. So I want all of us to just ESP those give me those frames. Just send those thoughts to the dev team.
Console people need the frames. So please, everybody, put your mediocre heads together and pray.
I like that.
Pray for the console frames. I am CowVan.
I am JoelCupcake worldwide.
Thanks for listening, and reach out to us. Bye, everybody.
Yeah. Bye. See you next week. We'll have some more